Welcome to Foodonomics. Today we're making French onion soup. The ingredients for this recipe are 1 loaf of French bread, 5 to 6 cloves of garlic, 2 or 3 bay leaves, some sprigs of thyme, 1/4 cup of butter, 8 cups of chicken broth or beef broth, some Greyere cheese, 1.5 cups of Greyere cheese, and your choice of white wine, salt to taste, olive oil, 3 tablespoons of olive oil, and the main ingredient. This is shaved Parmesan. This is not the main ingredient, but the main ingredient is about 6 to 8 large white onions, or sweet onions if you prefer that. There's the chicken broth. Actually, this is beef broth. Make sure to have about 6 cups of them, and you would need about a cup of the wine. Sorry, 1/2 cup of the wine. Pour your olive oil in, and once it comes to high heat, throw in all of the onions at once. Let the onions sweat for about 45 minutes. At this point, I added the garlic, and I had to let it cook. I did not show it in here. I don't know why. I totally forgot to show the mincing of the garlic. But I added the butter when the onion was just soft, and that's the salt. Just throw some salt in. And you're going to have to let this caramelize for a very long time. There's also a little bit of sugar in there if you want to just balance it out a little bit more if you need a little bit of sweetness. It takes about 1 hour to 2 hours for the onions to actually caramelize down to this amount. So you're going to take a while. It's going to take a while. Once it gets to this brown color, then you add the broth. Cut the French bread and put olive oil on it. You're going to stick that in the oven for about 5 to 7 minutes to toast it. And at this point, I'm adding the herbs, the thyme and the bay leaves to this, and then I'm going to add the beef broth. Once you've added the broth, just close the lid and let it simmer. Well, bring it to a boil, and then you let it simmer for about total of 40 minutes or so extra. Yes, it is a long recipe. I've toasted the bread. Now I'm going to add the Greyere cheese to the top of the French bread and put it back in the oven for another 5 to 10 minutes. Of course, I'm also adding the shaved Parmesan on top of this, on top of the Greyere cheese. Just adds extra flavor, depth of flavor. You could put it in the soup later as well. I don't like my bread soggy, so I don't put it inside the soup and put the bowl of soup in the oven. I just toast the bread with the cheese and I take it out, and that's what it looks like when it's ready, and this is what the soup looks like when it's ready. You just pour this into a bowl, and you can put the bread into the bowl as well and put it back in with some more cheese and do that, or you can just make sure to add the black pepper at the end there. I totally forgot to mention that earlier. And season again with salt to taste. Voila, French onion soup. I hope you guys take the time to try this. It does take a long time though to make, so if you have some time, give it a shot.